Hello, it's me. In this video, I am going to talk about welfare and food stamps. And I can see some dog fur and stuff on my microphone, so no, that's cat fur. Yes, I have a dog and a cat here. So I'll talk about welfare and food stamps. Now, some people might be thinking, oh, I'm going to bash people. That's getting public assistance. No, that's not what I'm doing. All right. Now, you see the public perception about somebody that's on welfare and food stamps is that they're a lazy bum and they don't want to do anything. They don't want to work. No, most cases that's not really the truth about things. That's not entirely accurate. Now, you see, there are some people that gets public assistance that are lazy and don't want to do anything. Then they claim they can't find a job, or they get a job and, oh, I'm too tired to show up, or they're treating me bad, whatever, when in reality they really just don't want to work. There are people like that. People out there, families that got a bunch of kids and for some reason, I'll pick on the dad, but the fathers of this. But they really stand for anyone that's supposed to provide. Now, you fathers out there, some of y'all, you just don't want to work, but some of you do. Now, a few years back, I was getting like $200 of food stamps a month. But that was like my only source of income whatsoever I had coming in. So, although I was doing some work and not getting paid for it, but, anyway, I was at a gas station one time, and I was using the food stamp card, and the cashier says something like, well, gee, I wish I'd get food stamps. Now I'm thinking to myself, well, it's easy if you try. Now, let's see, what else? Now, growing up, yeah, we were on welfare and food stamps. The whole town accused my dad of just being a lazy bum that didn't want to do anything. But at any time, anybody around that town could have given him a job. He even said he did at least 150 applications. And yet, nobody would hire him. Why? They just didn't like him. So I find it interesting disturbing, that people automatically think a person is a lazy bum that don't want to do anything because they're on welfare and food stamps. And they'll complain about the guy getting public assistance, but if the guy goes out to get a job, they won't hire him. But then they keep complaining about the guy not having a job and being on public assistance. So you see, now, there's guys out there, they don't want to work. There's other people that do want to work. Now, there's some people that are able-bodied, but they can't get a job anywhere. I've seen that happen. They want to work, they want an income, but they can't get a job. But then when they have to go on public assistance, everybody starts jumping all over them and judging them, accusing them of being a lazy bum, and say, get a job, you need to get a job soon. Yeah, I've heard that. Just because a guy don't have a job don't mean he's not looking, it just means he ain't got a job. I remember back in 2011, I would sometimes send off like 100 applications and resumes a week online, but not one call. And yet people are telling me that I need to get a job. Now I'm thinking, gee, thanks for telling me something I didn't already know. So you see, there's people out there Now, there are some people out there who are not physically able to work and they don't want to work anyway. There are some people out there that's physically not able to work, but they do want to work. There are some out there that's able-bodied, but they don't want to work. Some people that are able-bodied but do want to work. But if you know the person needs a job and they need a job, you don't have to keep walking up to them saying, you need to get a job soon. You're a lazy bum. You're on welfare and food stamps. I'm going to complain about you because you don't have a job and you're on public assistance, but I'm not going to hire you because you're a lazy bum on welfare and food stamps. Now, what sense does that make? If the guy needs a job, he wants a job, he's looking for a job, and you won't hire him because he's on public assistance, there's something wrong with you, not that person. Now, for the guys that are able-bodied but too lazy to work, shame on you. I don't owe you anything. I don't really want to help you out when you do something like that just because, oh well, you want me to just hand you something all the time. When I was out of work, I was trying to find work, but I couldn't find anything for a long time, for almost 4 years. But people still tell me, get a job. It's like, huh? I even told a guy I had a bachelor's degree in network security. And he says to me, oh, why don't you get a job in that? I'm thinking, really? You're telling me and I didn't already know that? Duh. So, people, just because someone is on welfare and food stamps don't mean they're a lazy bum that don't want to do anything. It just means they're on welfare and food stamps. And if they're trying to get a job, then someone needs to hire them instead of complaining about them. Hello? Yeah, I'm drinking tea with corn syrup. And see, here's my corn syrup. Corn syrup. But I'm going to make sure you see it. Corn syrup. Of course, then there's some people who make a career out of being on welfare and food stamps. Like the story of some girl I heard. She must, I don't know. Let's say she's got about 5 kids, 5 or 7 kids. I heard this story a couple of years back. She's on like welfare and food stamps. She gets a lot in food stamps. And then she has a bunch of child support coming in. So she's obviously made that her career. How she makes money is making a baby and making somebody else pay for it. Now people like that, no, I don't like that. I'm not against having kids, nothing like that. But for the person who actually makes it a career to make a baby and then have somebody else pay them money for it, so what are you going to do when the kid turns 18? You can't collect on them anymore. Ain't that something? So I heard that story a couple of years back. So people, instead of complaining about somebody on welfare and food stamps, won't you give them a job? Hire them. And if they need a job, they're able to work and they want a job, don't complain about the person. Just start hiring them. They'll work. Duh. I think that's about all I got for now. So, bye.